And you're transported from Renaissance Italy to 18th century France and even into the future. You might believe you're not in Kansas anymore, but you'd be wrong. Welcome to the National Museum of Toys and Miniatures, which has just reopened after 18 months of renovation. Let's enter its little world.
This reproduction of King Louis XV's study of Versailles is fit for a monarch, albeit a tiny one. Artist Harry Smith spent 6,000 hours painstakingly reproducing every feature at 1/12 of the original size. It's one of more than 20,000 miniatures on display in Kansas City's National Museum of Toys and Miniatures, now reopened after an $8 million renovation.
Most of the miniatures are things that you'd see in everyday life, so there's also a familiarity with what it is that you're looking at. So it's a great way to explore decorative arts, history and culture through a really tiny little format.
The first thing you see upon entering is a simple chair beside a table with candlestick and a wall hanging. But right next to it is the exact same scene in miniature. The artist's microscopic version strives to produce miniatures indistinguishable from their originals in every other respect than size. There's a decorated ceramic plate the size of a penny, vases styled on 16th century pottery no bigger than thimbles, chandeliers the size of a fingernail. Most of the miniatures come from local collector Barbara Marshall, who joined her friend Mary Harris Francis to create the museum in 1982. Francis provided most of their nearly 50,000 antique toys.
The great thing about Barbara Marshall is that when she began to collect miniatures, she was just as interested in the artists as she was in the pieces that they were making. And so when she encountered an artist that she really appreciated and she thought that they did museum quality work, she would commission a work from them and she would tell them to make what they had always dreamed of making.
Among the museum's most amazing miniatures is this one about the size of a shoebox, which reproduces the Renaissance studiolo from the Ducal Palace in Gubbio, Italy. 4 artists collaborated to produce it. Hundreds of visitors came for opening day and were wowed by the exhibits.
We love it. I really cannot believe all that's here. We've just done the miniature room and we could spend the whole day just in this one room because everything's so small. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of miniatures.
Down to the people, it's just very, it looks like it could actually sail. Looks real.
But the museum's time traveling is not just to the past. The toy collection also presents every conceivable character from the Star Wars universe. All in all, it's probably the world's largest collection of the world's littlest toys. Liu Wenwen, CCTV.